okay.
I mean,
yeah.
we kind of arrived in London hammered, just out of it. Just like, come on, let's have it, do you know what I mean?
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the worst things the Gallagher brothers have said and done to each other.
Why are you trying to pick a fight? We've only just got into the country.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10, Unplugged. It's absolutely no secret that these Manchester brothers have despised each other over the years, and this is a pretty good example of that. In 1996, the band had an opportunity to play on MTV Unplugged around the peak of their popularity. But right before they were set to perform, Liam suddenly backed out. We're talking minutes here.
Good evening. Liam ain't going to be with us tonight because he's got a sore throat, so...
He claimed to have a sore throat, but Noel alleges that he was simply hungover. But the show must go on. Noel took charge in the performance and actually pulled it off incredibly well.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Liam, on the other hand, opted to make matters worse and heckled Noel during the gig from the mezzanine above. Number 9. Supernatural disturbances. Many might remember the bizarre article which came out in which Liam Gallagher claimed that the rocking chair of John Lennon, which was in his possession, could potentially be haunted. This may suggest he believes in the supernatural, but should he? As it turns out, Noel used to play quite the cruel trick on his brother back in the day. According to him, he would often move chairs around the house in an attempt to make Liam believe that his home was haunted. That is some next level psychological warfare. Number 8. If you woke up one day... As you'll see in this list, a lot of the Gallagher brothers' beef ends up on Twitter. Still not calling it X, sorry. In this interaction, one user posed the question to Liam, what if you woke up in Noel's body one day? Well, he could have taken the high road and ignored it. But that's not our Liam. He responded saying he would, quote, scream and need someone to pass him the stepladders, otherwise he couldn't reach the cornflakes on the table and would starve. It's worth noting that Noel is 5'9" and Liam is only 5'10". So, we're not exactly sure where he gets his confidence from in this put-down. Number 7, where it all began. Given that these two brothers made a world-renowned band together, there must have been a time when they got along, right? Wrong. They've been at each other's necks from a very early age. Liam himself revealed the origins of their feud and surprisingly implicated himself as the instigator. The story goes that when Liam had just turned 19 and had his first drink, he got up in the middle of the night with the urge to take a leak. But when navigating his way to the bathroom, he somehow ended up in front of Noel's brand new stereo, which he mistook for the toilet. You can guess what happened next.
You got to go, aren't you? And he's woke up going, how you doing, you know what I mean?
When revealing the story on the Graham Norton Show, we were privy to Liam's recollection of the conversation that took place afterwards, and it doesn't make him sound much better.
I said, listen, mate, it could have been worse. It could have been in your mouth, you know what I mean?
Number 6, name calling.
How real is that? Is that like a game and then you snap each other on Twitter and then you phone each other up afterwards and have a laugh? Yeah.
Oh, God, no, that's well for real, man.
If there's one thing that's been endlessly entertaining about the brothers' feud, it's the petty name-calling. And where on earth do we begin? There's the memorable Tofu Boy, which Liam threw at Noel when claiming he shouldn't release songs without his vocals, or when Noel called Liam a pigeon, which got under his skin so much, Liam retorted by calling him his former brother. Or the short but emphatic Potato by Liam, which was accompanied by a profile picture of Noel. Somehow, these two can take basic words and turn them into the most scathing insults. Number 5. Called out on telly. There has been countless interviews with these two over the years, and guess what the number one topic of conversation is each time? That's right, their dislike for each other. One time that must have really stung in particular was when Noel popped on Graham Norton. He tore into Liam, labeling his brother as obsessed with him.
You watch each other, so if he was on here, did you watch him on here?
No.
Oh, so when he watches you?
Oh, he's obsessed.
He then encouraged the other celebrities to wave at him on camera, as he was so obsessed he would definitely be watching from home.
Liam.
It must have been at least a little humiliating for him to see. Of course, Liam didn't take it sitting down and called Noel out for being obsessed with him. Maybe they're just obsessed with each other, who can say? Number 4. Album review. Since splitting up, these two have produced a few notable songs. Not exactly Oasis tier goods, but still. Though they may feel differently about each other's solo endeavors. Back in 2020, when Liam released his album Why Me, Why Not?, Noel once again took to Twitter and had something to say. In particular, it was his song Once, which Noel suggested should be the amount of times people listen to it because of its supposed poor quality.
You only get to do it once.
He also went on to remark that the album would be available in all good record shops, but mostly the shit ones. Fortunately for Liam, other music review outlets were much more favourable. Number 3. Their biggest brawl. Everyone gives into the rock and roll lifestyle once in a while, but there's a time and a place. According to the brothers, this was their biggest fight in history. To the shock of no one, this story also starts in a pub. Liam took a break during their recording sessions for What's the Story Morning Glory down at a local. One thing led to another, and he ultimately ended up inviting everyone from the pub into the studio. Noel, who was working hard on the album, was infuriated by this decision, and this led to another of their infamous brawls. But there's something about this one that witnesses will never forget. Noel supposedly took a cricket bat and smashed it across Liam's skull. The bat has even become a collector's item in the years since. Number 2. Soup. If there's one line that has really struck a nerve between the Gallagher boys, it's this. Back in 2009, when Oasis was still together, Noel took a surprising dig at his brother. He's quoted as calling him rude, arrogant, intimidating, and lazy. Not exactly what you'd come out with about your brother and bandmates, but it's the next part that everyone remembers. Noel called Liam the angriest man you'll ever meet, like a man with a fork in a world of soup. Brutal. It's definitely something that stirred Liam up, as over a decade later, he would post a passive-aggressive tweet of himself sipping soup.
You made a very so-called angry man very, very happy.
Hopefully, he'll be able to wipe this line from memory and behave in the 2025 tour.
People will never ever forget the way that you made them feel.
Number 1. Spain tour. It's no wonder the two don't get along after bust-ups like this. Back in 2000, after a show had been cancelled due to Alan White's injury, the gang decided to spend their night in Barcelona having a few drinks instead. This was a mistake. Somehow, Liam turned the conversation at the table to Noel's wife, Meg Matthews, and even went as far as to imply that their baby daughter, Anais, was not legitimately Noel's. Of course, this resulted in Noel smacking his brother in the face, splitting his lip wide open.
We had a little argument about it and a little bit of a fight, and that was that.
Noel was so incensed by the accusation that he straight up quit the rest of the tour and had to be replaced.
We just had a little argument, and that was the end of it, and then he went off home and I stayed here, and that's that.
Can you really blame him? What's the funniest Gallagher brothers story you've ever heard? Let us know in those comments below. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.